Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Shabs, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the World Cup of Hockey 2016, which is going to be starting tomorrow, officially. The pre-tournament games are now done, and it's going to be starting tomorrow. And in the background, I have some NHL 17 Hockey Ultimate Team gameplay. This is Division 9, and obviously the game just came now, so definitely going to rank up soon. But yeah, let's get started. So if you don't know about the tournament rules, what's going to be happening, the format, the schedule, and everything, I'll leave a couple links in the description for you guys to go check it out for yourself. But assuming that you know the rules and everything, you can pause this video right now and go and check the rules for yourself. But let's move on and assume that you know the rules. So in Group A, we got Team Canada, Team Czech Republic, Team Europe, and Team USA. In Group B, we got Team Finland, Team North America, Team Russia, and Team Sweden. So, essentially how this tournament is going to work is there's going to be two teams that come out of each group, and then those teams are going to face each other for the ultimate final game. Finals series are just going to be between one team from each group. And I'm going to be breaking down every single team from each group and telling you what I think their strengths are, their weaknesses, and how they're going to fare in the tournament. So, starting off with Team Canada, they are Goliath, as Steve Dangle likes to refer to them. They are the big dogs in this whole entire tournament. They have four first lines in the NHL on their team. They got an amazing defensive core, one that could have been even better had they made a couple of changes. But we're not gonna dive into that right now. But they have one of the best teams in the entire tournament. They have great goaltenders in Carey Price, who is the best goaltender, in my opinion, in the entire world. They've got the best player in the world right now, which is Sidney Crosby. They have an amazing team, an amazing coach, Mike Babcock, and they're the ones, the favorites in this tournament. They should be the ones to win it all, and I don't think it's gonna be much different. For Team Canada, I think their best player in the tournament is gonna be Patrice Bergeron. I think that mainly because he's on Sidney Crosby's line, and he's proven in the pre-tournament that he's going to be a forceful player in the entire tournament. And he's been one of the brightest spots for the team, so I think he's going to ride that confidence and that motivation, stuff like that, into the tournament. And I think he's going to be the best player for them. As for how they're going to fare, I think Team Canada is definitely going to be one of the teams that comes out of the group, because all the other teams are really no match for them, to be honest. And yeah, I think Patrice Bergeron is going to be the best player. So moving on to Czech Republic, they have a sad team, unfortunately. So they've been riddled with injuries to begin with. And they also have a core of players, mostly from the KHL because of that. And even guys like Roman Polak and Milan Nikolic are on the team, when both those players can't even crack the Leafs lineup this September, this training camp. Yeah, so that's pretty much how their tournament's going, if you wanted to know. In the pre-tournament games, I don't think they've won any games yet, and I don't think it's going to be much different in the group stages. Maybe they can squeak a win or two out of here if their goaltender plays spectacularly, but other than that, I think they're going to be the worst team in the entire group, and I think they're going to be winless. So as for Team Europe, something's not right there. There's no fluidity, no chemistry. Things aren't working out too great. It could be the egos from different countries forming to make a European nation, that kind of thing. Or it could be just simple fact that they don't have much talent in their team. Their best player is certainly Ozzy Kopitar, and I think he's going to be their best player in this tournament. I think he'll rack up his points. He'll play his 200th game, but I don't see much glory for them. The only way I see Team Europe squeaking out of this group is if Team USA really messes up, and if that's the case, yes, they'll move up for sure. But for Team Europe, I think they're going to be one of the teams that also unfortunately gets disqualified from this tournament, and I think their best player is going to be, like I said, Ozzy Kopitar. So moving on to the final team in this group, Team USA. So Team USA has a good team. They have a not a great team, not an excellent team. They have a good team. The team could have been much better with decision making from the management team, but it is what it is, and they pick guys like Justin Abdelkader over Phil Kessel, so I'm not surprised. Also, knowing that the guy that's running this whole thing is a guy like Brian Burke, picking gritty guys who can intimidate in the wrong ways, like Ryan Callahan and Abdul Kader. It's whatever. They wanted to make their team like that. They chose their team like that. But one of the biggest strengths for them is in goal. They have Jonathan Quick. Who else is a goaltender? Someone else, and Corey Schneider. Corey Schneider is a goaltender that I think is a top 3 goaltender in the entire league. But for some, Ben Bishop was the other one. Sorry. So for some reason they're benching Corey Schneider and they're running with Bishop and Quick, which I think is a huge mistake. But should they screw their heads on straight and pick Corey Schneider to run with them, they might be able to squeak out of this one and be the top team in the group. Because Corey Schneider, he's a game-changing goaltender, and I think, like I said, top 3 goaltender. I think if Team USA has any chance, they're gonna need some of their best players to shine, and they're gonna need a guy like Corey Schneider to lead the way. And if you're a Leafs fan, like I am, you're gonna be watching out for JVR, see how he's doing since his injury, see if he's ready to play up to the task, see what his role is, how he fares with his role, that kind of thing. And I think Team USA will be one of the teams to get out of this tournament. And I'm sure this is exactly how the NHL wanted it to be, as they paired Canada and USA with 2 subpar teams to kind of make the rivalry reborn, which is, it's smart. It's smart marketing and stuff like that. So it'll definitely boom the business. Moving on to Group B, we got Team Finland, Team North America, Team Russia, and Team Sweden. So Finland, they got a good team. Their group up front is a great, solid core of 2-way forwards that can play 200 different games. They're very versatile, can play up and down the lineup. I think if their goaltenders can shine here and their defensive play be up to task, then they can squeak out of this tournament. And I think they will get out of this tournament as one of the teams from Group B. And I think their best player has to be a guy like either Pekka Rinne, who I think is honestly overrated, but if he can play up to the level that he is capable of, or maybe a guy like Tuukka Rask, who I have more faith in. And if they ride any tournament, dude, if you have a hot goaltender and they shine for you, you're booming. So if they can get their goaltender to do that, that'll be great for them. And if you're a Leafs fan, of course, Leo Komarov's your guy. See how he does, what his role is, that kind of thing. Moving on to Team North America. This is my favorite team, and probably everyone's too. They're so fun to watch. It's a bunch of kids who are going to try to win the thing. And I think they're going to be one of the teams that gets out of this group as well. So I think it's going to be Finland and North America from Group B, Canada and USA from Group A. For Team North America, I think their best player has to be and will be Connor McDavid. Being the captain and all is not really a thing. It's the fact that he's a generational player, that he's going to be one of the top 3 players going to the NHL season. He's got to be that guy. He's going to step up to the role, put up his points, and I think he will, no problem. I think he'll get around 8 points in this tournament when it's all said and done. But yeah, they got a great group of young forwards in Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin, Johnny Gaudreau. It's crazy. And they got a good defensive core too. They got Morgan Riley, Aaron Ekblad, Ryan Murray, Seth Jones. So they'll be fine. And their goaltenders, they got Chris Gibson, and I'm not too sure who the other one is, but they'll be just fine. If their goaltender can stay hot and their forwards up front cause a lot of pain for all the other teams, which is what's going to happen, because the speed and skill that they play with is hard to match. If that can happen, then they'll be just fine. And I think they'll be one of the teams, like I said, to get out of the group. Team Russia, arguably the best team up front, but lacking in defense, but they have a strong goaltender. So it's odd for Team Russia, their dynamics here. But if Bobrovsky can play like he did a couple nights ago against Canada and put up 45 saves a night and save the day for Russia, they'll be fine. If their offense will come through for sure. Guys like Ovechkin, Malkin, Kucherov, who else they got? Kuznetsov, Panarin. It's crazy. They have a good team up front. So that offense will come, and it's just about how well Nikita Zaitsev, Dmitry Orlov, and their defensive crew can play, and how hot a guy like Sergei Bobrovsky is once the tournament starts. So they'll be, unfortunately, I think because of the group that they're in, they're going to be knocked out. But as a Leafs fan, of course, you're going to be watching out for Nikita Zaitsev. Maybe it's your first time watching him. Maybe you've seen him before and you want to see how he's doing, stuff like that. Interesting to watch for sure. And last but not least, Team Sweden. They got the best defensive core in this entire tournament with Erik Karlsson, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Victor Hedman, Anton Strawman. The list goes on. They have an amazing team. at the back, and their goaltender, of course, a guy like Henrik Lundqvist. They'll be laughing if they can squeak in a couple of goals up front. Maybe win most of their games 2-1, 3-1, 1-0 kind of thing, and then they'll be laughing in this tournament. Especially if they can provide offense from the back end, which I'm sure they will. A guy like Erik Karlsson and Alva Ekman-Larsson and Victor Hedman, they're all offensively talented, so they should be fine. It's just that their core up front is a bunch of veterans who are aging, guys like the Sedins and Luri Eriksson and stuff like that, and they're combined with guys like Carl Hagelin, so Patrick Hornfist. So it'll be interesting to see how the group works up front, because it's not the best in the tournament for sure. It's one of the worst. But if their defensive core can play well and their goaltending shine, I'm telling you, man, goaltending is one of the biggest keys. If they can shine with goaltending, they might be able to squeak out instead of Team Finland or North America. But I don't see that. I think they will be eliminated, unfortunately. And so at the end, I think it'll be Group A, Team Canada versus Team USA, and Group B, Team Finland versus Team North America. As we move on, I think in Group A, Team Canada is going to beat USA easily, and I think in Group B, Team Finland is going to lose to Team North America. I know. I think Team North America is going to make it to the finals and face off against Goliath, as I said Steve Lang likes to say. And man, continuing on with my rooting of the dark horse, I'm going to say Team North America is going to win it all. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. I think Connor McDavid is going to be the MVP of the tournament. And what a story that would be, to be in Toronto at the Air Canada Centre, win the MVP, help your team of young kids win the whole thing. It'll be beautiful if it happens. And a guy like Austin Matthews, what a transition it would be for him to win the tournament here, all that confidence, all that momentum, and move it on to the Toronto Maple Leafs. It would be the best case scenario for, I think, all of hockey. And that, I think it's going to happen, though, because Team Canada's defensive core can't keep up with them pace-wise. And then it'll be just interesting to see how the dynamics play out, how Matthews faces up against the other centers, how McDavid fares, how McKinnon fares, how Riley and Ekblad fare against the tantalizing, huge difference in skill and talent and size up front that Team Canada has versus other teams. So it'll definitely be interesting, and I think Team North America, like I said, is going to win it all. So that's my prediction for this tournament, guys. What do you guys think will happen in the World Cup of Hockey of 2016? Do you think Team North America has a chance? Do you think Canada's just going to win it all? Do you think maybe a team like Sweden and Russia can squeak out of this? Maybe Team Europe? Or maybe the Americans? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what your predictions are and who you think is going to be MVP with your prediction. And if you guys like this video, please leave a like, subscribe.